All I know is work. Pull about $1, I can lend you one today, but I'ma need it by tomorrow, nigga. All I know is work. I can get a half for consignment, bring it back, pay for the omen up front, nigga. All I know is work. I be cooking on the line.
You see this? You see this? You see this? That's from this. Sophisticated Ignorance, HOC, we in the building. It's the K Cortez. Tap in, cop some shit, man. Flee, you heard?
It's your boy Ill Will, man. Sophisticated Ignorance. Y'all get that? That's an oxymoron, but it makes sense. Get hip, man. Stay elevated. You know what it is. Your boy Ill Will, man. Yaktown on this beat.
Your boy Shotgun Shook, man. Sophisticated Ignorance, man. Tap in, man. You already know, man. Good old merch, man.
It's your boy J400, man. Mr. How You Gonna Act, man. Supporting that sophisticated ignorance, you know what I'm saying? Cop that shit, they got everything, man. Dad has shirts, Scullies, anything you need, man. You already know, man.
Yo, Gwitty's paper, Sophisticated Ignorance, fuck everybody. I might name my album that. That's why I might name it. We name it album.
Yo, get a load of me, no control of me. I control everything. I.C.E is in the motherfucking building. You're now watching Sophisticated Ignorance, you heard? Hey, let me give you niggas a word of advice, you punk ass nigga. You walking down the alley by yourself, bring a dog with you, sucker.
From Surf is on I think it's on the what's the last project he called had before he battled John John? Until further notice.
Yeah, until further notice. Yeah.
I think it was either on Make Sure You Kill Me or this one, but it was like my grandma said they were shooting outside. Grandma, that's us. Gang. Free the wave, man. Salute to Sue Surf, man. Salute to his supporters, his family, the entire Jersey. From most of us who've been in this community, we've seen this before. We've been a part of it before. We've wrote the letters. We sent the commissary. We hate to see it happen, especially to somebody who has contributed his life to a culture that has pressed forward in battle rap. And, you know, he's a veteran when it comes to battle rap. You know what I mean? He's a part of that culture. You know what I mean? So we wanted to start off first by saying free the wave, free Sue Surf. Shout out to his manager, shout out to his family. You know, my heart goes out to his daughter and, you know, the people that got to deal with him, whether he's free or locked up. You know, salute to those people first and foremost.
Big fat free Sue Surf. You already know where we stand, my nigga.
Jersey. If y'all don't know, we do have Trav the Assassin in the building. Jersey's on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, we're shaking.
We here. We got Chef Ro as usual. What's going on, Ro?
You already know what it is. We back. Sorry for the hiatus.
Man, fuck
going
them
so
niggas.
long. I can't say that. These niggas is in the aisles.
I feel you. I ain't over there no more, so I don't gotta hear it as much as I used to.
This is the first time I got to see my supporters face to face.
Tried to tell you.
And you know what I mean? At first they started nice. Now they getting real pressy. They getting
told
real hostile and pressy. Like
told you.
I can't get to the end of my aisle without a.
You got that episode?
Podcast. They said it's you, bro.
Oh man, where do we start?
Shout out to my man Laquan. Shout out to my man.
Oh,
Jay.
Bean, definitely. That's man. I got so much admiration. Bean, Serrano, Tatum.
My nigga Daddy.
That's
you already know what it is.
Shout out to Danny. I call him Tatum. You know what I mean?
Man.
It's really a family atmosphere, a family dynamic.
My man
when
Q,
it comes to them. Q,
getting money,
Bristol. Shout out to Bristol. You know what I mean? We got to show our admiration for everybody who supports us.
Cash.
Damn, son.
My son
Shout out to Cash Money.
You know what I mean, Cash gonna fry me. I ain't say that.
that's the homie. You know, they really Sergio, busy. You know what I mean? Y'all already know what it is. Like, not to give you a cliche, but the way you guys have
son True too.
Huh?
Son, I think named True, the Griselda.
Oh, Trey.
See,
definitely
Trey.
Shout out to Trey. He just opened his own business.
Feel me?
He's gonna be on the podcast for the Rico versus Bishop episode.
Trey a big supporter.
He definitely big supporter. We every
Slow
time we have merch, we sell out, and it's because of y'all. You know what I mean? So we just want to definitely
Any
give our
names
appreciation.
I forgot, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? These are just the people that are hostile. They keep the gun is right here. They hear that. This is how I walk into work.
And Serrano just started his sports podcast with his guys over there, Built Tough Podcast. The best sports podcast out, honestly. Check those guys out. Love everybody. Where do we start? The NBA, huh?
Niggas did their thing on the shout out. This shit sound like diplomatic immunity 8.
Yo, Trav, you gotta
Yo,
see him, yo,
this
bro.
nigga punch.
Yo, Trav, niggas is calling us FUBU. I was high. We with the hats.
Yeah,
Like,
niggas
yo,
definitely
like-
calling us
Yo,
FUBU.
son, no.
We definitely gonna swing back around. That's a fact. You know what I mean? Where do we start though? The NBA season is here. What's up? Trav watching the Lakers get smoked right now.
Chill.
Who said I'm watching the game?
We in
Who told
podcasting,
you
nigga.
that?
Yeah, why are you reaching? Like
That wasn't you who just told me? Oh, so now niggas want to act now that the camera is on. Okay.
Who acting? What camera?
Acting what, my
I
nigga?
swear I heard Trav say, yo, that nigga John Wall doing his thing. I ain't going front. That was him.
I ain't hear
Did
that.
y'all hear that?
I didn't hear that.
The camera wasn't on. So,
Did y'all hear that?
So
I
y'all,
didn't hear that.
are y'all calling y'all brother a liar? Like,
We
in
telling
front
you
of the
we didn't
world?
hear that. We telling you what we heard. We didn't hear that.
Y'all didn't hear that?
I just asked did y'all hear it?
I didn't hear
That ain't stand on business.
hear that shit.
What kind of season are the Lakers gonna have? Since I'm talking to two Laker fans,
You know,
Oh,
we
it's gonna
doing
be a
good.
bad season.
You know, we doing good. I mean, we about to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We trying to transition, getting Westbrook off. That's all this is. You know what I'm saying? This is a transition.
Ain't nobody picking up that contract, champ.
yo,
Look,
the
look,
league
look,
told
look,
Jeannie
look.
Buss straight up, give us the 2 picks. And that's the only way we gonna do this deal. You're not coming off them draft picks for what is it, 2026, 2027, 2025, 2027, I believe.
All I'm saying is we known for them type of deals. The shit that don't make sense. And you laugh when I say it, cuz. Yeah, those kind of deals. Yeah, we known for that.
He got a point.
We
But this
just
is a
trying
new
to-
day.
Nah, I mean,
The Lakers had
look.
way more weight back then than they have now.
All we saying is
That was Dr. Bus.
all we saying is we
No
hustlers.
disrespect, Jeannie.
We hustlers. I mean, we can lose it all and get it back. Right now, this is just a process.
Not if
You know
y'all
what
give
I'm
up
saying?
them picks.
We ain't giving up no picks.
Then you deal with Westbrook. Cash him out, send him home.
We ain't cashing shit out.
I see. It's I
You
think
mean
the
like buying
Lakers.
him out?
Yeah, I think that buying him out doesn't really make sense.
Nah, he gonna work for this bread.
Just let him run the second unit.
He gonna run for this bread.
All right. What I understand about the league today, right? I used to come up with these ideas like, okay, basketball wise, off eye test, sitting at home, just put him with the second unit, or and let Bron and AD do they pick and roll and hit their shooters up, and let Kendrick Nunn, run point, bring the ball up the floor, pass it to Bron, and Bron do what he do. Westbrook may not suffice to that idea, like, and having a player being argumentative, being combative, being difficult. And I'm not saying Westbrook is doing this, but if he were to do that, it could be bad for the locker room. I mean, he was supposed to come off the bench, and then the next thing you know, he was starting. And this has traveled with him for quite some time, hasn't it? I remember when when him and Scott Brooks got into it about that on the OKC days. He was supposed to move over to the shooting guard position. That was an idea. He didn't want to do it. Even when Dion Waiters, if you go back and watch that series with OKC, and this is just my opinion, this is not a fact, it's my opinion. In that OKC series against Golden State, when they came back 3-1, and Dion Waiters was at the 1, he was at the 2, KD was at the 3, Cantor was at the 4, and Adams was at the 5. To me, or might have been Ibaka. To me, that lineup gave Golden State the most trouble. But Westbrook ain't staying at that 2 for too long. You know what I mean? And he didn't even play the 1 in college. That's the crazy part. Like, he played the 2 in UCLA with Kevin Love.
Yeah, he did.
So the Westbrook thing he may not suffice to the idea that we may have, because it's based off of your production. He probably don't feel like he could get the production off how he wants with the second unit, which would confuse me because I would think that would be perfect.
Yeah, I agree with that.
He gotta go. Now he gotta try to figure this shit out. We done. We wash our hands. He gotta go. Okay. We don't want him no more. It's just it's plain as that. We don't want him no more. We finished with it. Like what Pat Bev did on the floor. That's how the whole franchise fed. We done. That's it. That's it. You know what I'm saying? We're not giving up 2 picks. That pick shit is out the window. What we're gonna do is, again, we're gonna find somebody, catch them weak in the knees, and yo, put that paper down. Somebody gonna sign this paper.
It seems like the Lakers don't have the influence that they used to. That's what I'm seeing. It looks like y'all not the big dogs that y'all used to be.
We not the big dogs.
Y'all can't get a deal done.
I mean, it takes time, baby.
Nigga, you just said that's what we known for. You laugh when I say that. Yeah.
We known for getting the
Kwame Brown.
See, when you're when you're pulling off deals that don't make sense, it don't happen overnight. What we seen.
I don't know, man.
I know you don't.
How long was Kwame a Laker? Can somebody fact check that? How long was Kwame on the roster? I think he only did about a season. Yeah, y'all about to be on season 2 with Westbrook. You heard?
I think he did. I think he did like 2.
I don't remember that.
Listen.
I don't remember that. I mean, Trav capping. So, so I'm a little busy, sir. All right, ain't no need to get into the facts when it comes to this. How we feel about the whole season? Are we gonna get a champion like a KD, a Bron? Like, is a veteran winning the championship this year, Golden State, or are we gonna get somebody new and improved and emerge? Are the Grizzlies gonna do it? Are the Pelicans gonna do it? Are the Clippers? Well, Kawhi is considered a vet too, so I'll put him over there with them. But is Milwaukee gonna do it? Phoenix. Is it going to be a new, fresh talent in the league, or is it going to be the same old with Golden State, Bron, Kawhi, KD, those guys?
I think
it's based on the matchups.
Of course, but who do you think is going to get over their matchups? Even if it's a tough matchup, it's too early to tell, or are we like, nah? Because the Pelicans, we've been talking about them all
too early to tell. But
shout
I
out
think
to
the
Serrano.
Vets, they're gonna pull it off. It's too early to tell, but I do think the Vets are gonna.
You said who you got pulling it off?
I think the Vets are gonna do it.
He's saying one of the veteran teams.
I
can see the Clippers and the Pelicans in the Western Conference Finals.
I think one of the Vets is cashing.
Yeah, I can see that.
For the East, Chicago looked good against Miami. I didn't think they was gonna look that good with Alonzo Ball, but they look good. You know, they fucking smoked the Miami Heat. You know, I love to see it. Shout out to Chris.
You put so much emphasis on that.
No, look, brother, I was just saying what happened in the game. I didn't, I'm just speaking my piece. They got smoked. You know, we had an overtime game. You know, we fought the Grizzlies. Everybody know I'm a Knicks fan. Fought. It was in overtime, right? We only lost by 2. That's fault.
Nah, I ain't asking like, did you lose?
Well, look, if I need to talk to anybody about losing, I'm gonna talk to the Lakers. How about that?
I don't see why. That trophy case look different. I don't know what the fuck we talking about. That thing right there look different, baby.
Shout out to Uno. Reflecting on the past is cool. I'm all for it.
That's dope.
You know what I mean? But right now, the trophy case means nothing because you can't get a deal done. You can't get nobody on your roster. And I'm pretty sure the best thing y'all got going for yourselves is Bron is going to break Kareem's record. That's it.
To a nigga who ain't got nothing in the case, of course it don't mean anything.
Oh, the Knicks got something in the case.
I mean, like you ain't got what we in the case. We double.
Okay, so which one is it? Do we have something in the case, or because your first statement was if you got something,
you hear this nigga right? Try to stay technically.
I'm just saying.
Try to stay technically.
Absolutely.
That shit you call something is what we call nothing over here. That's what we're trying to get you to understand. That shit you call something. Over here,
that's cute. It's plenty of organization.
But see, you a Knicks. I mean, you a Yankees fan, right?
Both.
Exactly. So
both.
That being said,
BOAF.
So as a Yankee fan, when we gotta talk filthy to these niggas, and we gotta show these rings on these jackets, you know what that's about.
The Yankees have 27 titles, the most in sports history. So
exactly.
That's
and the Lakers is tied in the most in sports history.
No. They're tied in the most in the NBA. Yeah. They're tied in the most in the NBA. See, the Yankees is the sport.
Take the history.
No.
It's so good. It's a different.
You cannot compare the Lakers to the Yankees, sir. You cannot do that.
Listen,
that's
you know why?
That's two different demographics.
We're talking about the case.
No,
we're talking about the case. The reason why you're trying to compare like what 2 rings over there? What you got over there?
I hear you.
What you got over there? You trying to talk this 2 rings to 17, but you're telling me about this 10-yard stretch?
I hear you. And we make the most money. And we make the most money. And we make the most money. We the top organization. We sell the most. We do the most. We get the most money.
It's the Garden.
That's a fact, nigga.
But after that, it's Staples Center.
Okay, after that.
Staples
As
Center.
long as you say after
You know
that.
what I'm saying? What
As long as you say after that.
No,
that's cool.
We talking about the Knicks.
No, the Knicks. In the NBA, when they go check the
How
numbers.
many rings these
go
niggas
check
got?
the tickets. We got 2. Go check the
We
niggas.
took out a 15.
Technically in the NBA, technically in the NBA, we got 1 because we got 1 with the
Why the
ABA.
fuck is we talking about Cassie?
Look. It sounds good. It sounds good. Let's move on. Shout out to the Knicks. We still the Bulls.
This is a perfect transition, though.
Shout out to the Knicks.
This is a perfect transition.
Brooklyn.
How that Jordan Poole Jordan?
Yo. We can get straight into it.
How that Jordan Poole.
I'm gonna say here because I've been getting a lot of. We can get straight into it. I'm gonna go into the backlash. I've been getting a lot of backlash. I do not feel like Draymond Green was wrong, and because I don't know what happened. That's one. And I went through a similar situation at work. You know what I mean? That's no here nor there. That's no here nor there. You know what I mean? That's no here nor there. I went through a similar situation at work, and this gets into a deeper conversation. But I don't know what happened. I don't know what's said. I understand what Draymond has to say publicly. I'm so tired of seeing sports analysts, like guys that I respect, like Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp and Max Kellerman and Stephen A. Smith and all the other guys that's there. Even for Kevin Durant to pull up and say, I've never seen that before, ever. Kevin Durant, stop. If you grew up in basketball culture, you know goddamn well y'all be fighting in them locker rooms. We've heard the stories about Shaquille O'Neal putting somebody to sleep. We've heard the stories about Michael Jordan's stuffing Steve Kerr. We've heard the story.
It is rare though.
How could you say it's rare? I don't get how you can say it's rare.
Arguments and all that's common in basketball, but you punch somebody like that, you really don't fuck with them.
Shaq popped on Kobe.
The fact that you can name names is telling me that how rare it is.
That tells me it's not rare, because what about the people we don't know? What about the people that's not famous?
I think you're both right. It's like it happens, but not frequent.
You play ball, so did you play ball like? Did you like grow up playing like regulation ball?
Yeah, like
I only did once.
Like when I played like middle school and shit like that.
Yeah, that's as far as I got.
You like I mean, yeah, because I mean, but like.
And shout out to Deion Holmes.
Even when I played for like
Kenny, because they definitely got it on and popping.
Even when I played like in leagues and shit like that, like if it's spicy, it's definitely that, yo, when I see you outside, like it's that like even in the streets, even in the court, like just a regular park game might be your last one. If that nigga, I'm gonna be right back. You know what I mean? That's all common, but the reason why I say it's rare, because when you got 10 niggas, it's always those 2-3 dudes that stop it from even getting that far all the time on a team. That was the first time I seen trainers getting in the middle of players like that.
Well, Draymond is the big homie. Shit, doesn't that make it a conflict a little bit?
Nah, I don't, because that's why Andre Iguodala is even on this team.
That's a fact.
That's solely the reason why he signed back.
And you know what? Sorry, I want to apologize. I forgot that the homie Kenny and Deion, they definitely played it out one-on-one. Coach made them play it out one-on-one because they kept beefing. So they was getting physical. They was getting physical, pardon me, and the coach made them play it out. So yeah,
I mean, I think sometimes when it's that spicy, like brother to brother, sometimes that shit got to go to the backyard. I mean, just to get.
If you my brother, I'm never putting my hands on you. But if I play on a team with you and I just don't fuck with you like that, I don't have no problem with us getting it popping. If you're crossing my boundaries, because I'm not I don't necessarily react immediately. It depends on when you catch me and what occurred. So if somebody's like continuously crossing my fucking boundaries, like eventually it's gonna get hit. I mean, if I got some type of love for you and I got respect for you and high admiration for you and we really brothers, I might just not talk to you no more, because the fight is not gonna be more staining than that. You'll realize when I'm not in your life anymore. You'll realize it. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the more proper way to handle it. Everybody feels differently. With Jordan Poole and Draymond, I don't necessarily know what occurred, but if I come in your face talking that shit, that's an easy, yo, Draymond, get the fuck out my face, bro. Get the fuck out my face, bro. Get out my face. Get out my face. And he pushed him. You know, when he pushed him, he got popped on. So it is what it is.
I'm gonna keep it a band. So we're gonna talk about what people are talking about. Because a lot of niggas is doing this. He overreacted. See what you not gonna do? is telling me how to act. See, that's what's not gonna happen. If you're talking spicy, all right, I'm not gonna wait for you to hit me, nigga.
That's offending.
I'm not waiting on you. Like I'm definitely sending that first. Like this shit's coming like first day
It's
mail.
nobody's fault.
Bam, right at the doorstep.
It's nobody's fault that you've never been in a fight.
My thing
before.
is this. All right, they tell you this inside the ring, even when you boxing. Protect yourself at all times, nigga. They tell you this. All right, I don't even think you need this info when you're outside the ring. If you're talking hostile, where these words can lead to other than just talking, as far as it can get physical, my nigga, keep your shit on a swivel. Don't sit, especially when you see the nigga that you're talking to is walking to you. There's no love in this mannerism how he's walking to you. This is walking like I'm about to disconnect your shit. Like we've getting too comfortable with running our mouths with no repercussions. And here's a fine example of this. I don't know what was said, but at the end of the thing is this: something was said. You were approached, and you got your shit checked. If you don't want to get your shit checked and want to talk shit, my thing is to you is this: guard your grill. Yeah, you see somebody walking to, get ready.
Let me just ask Trav, how do you feel about it in the totality of the entire situation?
From body language, I feel like Draymond Green was kind of aggressive because he was talking a lot of shit and how he came in his face. Now, Poole, like Seth said, I feel like you know that walk when somebody coming up on some bullshit. So you can't. I'm gonna blame Poole because you pushed the nigga away and then you wasn't even facing him. You was like mumbling under your breath, talking shit, so you got clean. But I do feel like whatever was happening in the practice, Draymond was the aggressor in the situation.
Is that built off? All right. I can't ask you this question like directly based off what you said because you said off body language. But does Draymond's reputation more so play a part in that? Right. So granted, we can bring it to real life. If the first time somebody ever seen me, they see me in an altercation, right? The first time they see me, they breaking me up between me and somebody else. And I'm trying to put hands on this nigga. And that's the first time you lay eyes on me. Then it's another situation where a nigga is talking crazy to me. And then I try to smack the shit out of him. But you don't pull up when he's talking crazy to me. You pull up when he's talking, when my reaction. You pull up and see my reaction. Could you get a clear indication on that and say, well, Sin just looked like the aggressor in this situation from my eyes? Yeah, can it be a little misleading based off reputation?
I mean, yeah. I mean, of course, reputation gonna play a part in this. I gotta bring character into this. I seen this nigga barking on the second best player in the world. So who the fuck is Jordan Poole to him?
See, and the thing is this. Like, that was crazy. See, I feel you, Trav. Nah,
sophisticated ignorance, write my curses and curses.
That's a bar.
See, and the thing is to connect to your point on that, like not only who is Jordan Poole to me, but it's like, yo, bro, fucking if I had it. I ain't gonna come back. Yeah, I got it.
I got you. So. Yeah, I think they're blowing that out of proportion. The video came out, and that always makes it worse. It always makes it worse when the video comes out because.
All right, my fault.
No, go ahead. I was just stalling until you got it back, nigga.
All right, check it. Yeah, but like, yo, right? I'm not trying to say this is what you said, but then they come out. You calling niggas triple single?
That did come out. That came out before the video came out.
All right. So cool. When we in this stratosphere talking shit here, because I don't know who started this. Okay, I don't, because to me the aggressor would be the one who kicked this shit off. You can be aggressive, very softly spoken, and be condescending, in my opinion. Like there's niggas who do shit that know niggas that get them around. I mean, I didn't see how this shit started. So if you talking triple singles, my nigga, player to player, you better be ready for some kind of smoke because that's an automatic invite one-on-one on the court.
Not only that, even if you are talking shit, you know what I mean? Because I'm not against talking shit in brotherhood and competitive nature and in competitive environments. Pardon me, but who the fuck is Jordan Poole to be talking crazy to Draymond Green? That man's a defensive player of the year. He's a 4-time NBA champion. Like we got to stop looking at the game from a scoring aspect and basing it strictly off that. I don't give a fuck if you can pull up from 30. This nigga has contributed. He is the big three for a reason. He's been a part of that big three. Literally, he does a lot of shit that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. So if you pay attention to the game instead of watching, you see Steph. You see Steph when he's doing a catch and shoot situation. A lot of times that's off Draymond. When you see Andrew Wiggins that catch the matchup properly on the defensive end, that's because Draymond Green is playing Ed Reed. You know what I mean? His communication skills on defense, his effort on defense, his screens, his fucking taking the charge. Like Draymond does so much for that roster.
The shit
Who the fuck is Jordan Poole?
Man, that shit niggas don't want to do.
And my issue with all the dirty work. That's what KG did for the Celtics. The problem that I have with the Draymond Green situation is the appearance aspect. You know what I mean? And I'm not race baiting when I say this, but I don't give a fuck if you think I'm race baiting or not. Like that light skin, dark skin shit plays a big part in how people view shit.
Well, I didn't consider the race until the family pulled up asking for an apology. That's when I'm like, this is super light skin right here. This shit right here. Like, this shit right here. Like, I feel like it's unfair to place Draymond as the aggressor based off his appearance and his history. I feel like that's unfair. I need the whole situation to place exactly. I need the whole thing. Because like I said before, the aggressor to me, I don't know who the aggressor is. Draymond could have completely started like, fuck, nigga. And then he could have responded triple singles. That could have been an altercation. You know what I'm saying? But I need to know what was the first word spoken. Because if you're inviting smoke, don't get tight when your lungs is filled, my nigga. Don't be in here like
I feel what y'all saying, but actually we do base shit off character. Like if KG got in a fight with Eric and Eric said triple single, I know Eric enough to know that was a response. He ain't starting nothing.
That's a fact, but that's not based off Eric's appearance. That's based off his personality and his energy. We don't know Jordan Poole, so they're strictly basing it off how he looks.
I don't know him either. But when I see him play, I don't see him talking much. He's fancy and all that, but he don't be talking like that.
So how much validity do you put in the reports that he's been, since that championship he's been walking around with his chest out? Because Steve Kerr came out and said that's absolutely not true. And I'm like, yeah, but you got punched in your mouth in practice. So I don't want to hear from you. And we all know you've been tired of Draymond because he tried to pop on you at halftime.
See, that's why I don't base this off of anybody's character. Because I'm like, I need the full perspective here. Because even if I do, like, you can be a straight murderer, bro. We're like worst reputation in the world. That don't mean nobody can't start shit with you. You know what I'm saying? So like that's the main reason why like I don't really know Draymond like that. Because I pull up how I pull up when it's time. If I got money on the game, you know what I'm saying? I'm there. But other than that, my nigga is whatever.
Yeah, man.
But like that's why I'm looking at it like, let me get the whole video. Because
I also think somebody leaked that video on purpose, and I don't think it was staff. I think
whoever leaked the video has the whole video, and they cropped it at this point for a reason.
Talk about it, Chef.
Let me
talk
see
about
the
it, Chef.
video. Like,
talk about it, Chef.
That nigga don't just got 2 minutes. Like that nigga, like here, let me put it right here. Like, because again, like I'm saying, it's a reason.
Talk about it, bro. That's a fact. That's a great fucking point. It's a reason why that video started from where it started at. And if they thought he was the aggressor from top to bottom, the whole shit would have came out. They didn't start Ray Rice from when he knocked Shorty out in the microwave in the elevator. They started that shit from them walking from the car on their way up until the elevator. You know what I mean?
Even when son that beat up his wife, that NFL player.
That's so many. Sorry, like
no,
would
need
a name.
I don't know son name, but the one I showed you.
I remember you showed it to me. I forgot his name. I don't even think he was like a top dude in the league.
The video went viral. If you've seen it, you've seen it.
Yeah, that was insane.
But bro, they had that video from top to bottom. Like we didn't catch it like with Shorty bouncing off the table. Like we seen him open the door, being their aggressor from the jump.
Joe Mixon, the list goes on. There's plenty of guys who get caught on video, and these situations start from beginning to the end. If you got something cropped and edited, it's usually a reason. Even when Kanye was going back and forth with homie on TMZ about slavery is a choice, you know what I mean? And they cut the video short. Him and Kanye actually had a better conversation after that statement. But how did they edit the video? Homie says what he says, and then you just see Kanye West walking off like he's leaving. I just went through it today. Speaking of segueing into something else, I just went through it with Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence. Like I see some tweets from Errol Spence regarding the fight, and then I saw Terrence Crawford response, and luckily I responded to the response on Twitter, and luckily at @SinLoren_27, by the way, you know, follow me, put that out there, follow me, you know what I'm saying? But luckily I spoke to Trav, and I went to go find the video for him, and come to find out the shit was from 2 years ago with Gary Russell Jr. You know what I mean? And Robinson, like, it was an old ass video. So, you know, sometimes you got to be a little bit careful when people got an agenda and they want to make something look a certain way so they can have people on their side. You know what I mean? And the reason why I feel bad for Draymond in this situation is because, like, long before now, I feel like the media has been trying to, like, portray him in a certain light in terms of his value just isn't there. But if his value wasn't there, they wouldn't have 4 NBA championships. That's, you know what I mean, that's how I'm closing that shit out. Shout out to Draymond, shout out to Jordan Poole. Jordan Poole just got his money. You know, shout out
to both them brothers.
Yeah, shout out to both
get on the floor and still play ball.
Absolutely, because it is a job and it is a business.
It's a lot to deal with, especially Jordan Poole being that young and having that shit go through the media and everybody having their opinion, making the jokes, and you still being man enough to get on there and still do your damn job. And you know what I mean? That shout out to you for that.
Yeah,
that's a fact. It's a lot of young niggas that would have lost it.
That's a fact, especially with the internet.
Yeah, and I don't know if your family said they wanted an apology, so let me take that back. This is just what was said, and then, I mean, I don't want to go off because I've read it somewhere, and who's to say that nigga was telling the fucking truth?
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? So like that's another point. You know what I mean? So it's like, again,
I can agree with that.
Shout out to the homie, because when I saw them playing ball, like playing the Lakers the other night, I'm like, oh, Draymond playing? Oh, Jordan playing? Oh, so that shit cool then, see? So y'all niggas, like, I'm just a man of facts. Like, you know what I mean? We can have an opinion. That's cool. I hear everybody's opinion and shit. But I'm a follow.
Hold on, what'd you say, Trav?
Like a chef at the table. Oh, so everything good now? You was on me with World War III.
Don't need no more surprises. Yo. Definitely. NBA predictions. If you had to predict the NBA champion right now, who would you choose?
Champion.
It's tough. I know, but we got to stand on this at the end of the season.
Man. Home team. You ain't know. LA.
Tough,
bro, stop. If you don't get the fuck.
Stop playing.
All right, let me just.
It's too early for me to say.
Too early?
Yeah, too early.
If I had to guess right now, I'm just picking safely and based off what I've seen, because shout out to the Phoenix Suns. You know what I mean? I'm going to pick the Phoenix Suns. I like the way they played the Mavericks yesterday. Shout out to Devin Booker and Chris Paul. A lot of people saying their window is closed. I would say I'm going to have 2. I'm going to say Phoenix Suns for the West, and I'm going to have the Brooklyn Nets for the East.
You like how the Suns look?
I did. I liked how they looked late. Early, it was tough, but I like how they look late. I like how they closed that game out. I like that they got other players that can make plays. That's what they've been missing the whole time. Is other guys. You know, when Steve Kerr hit the shot, you know what I mean? When Ron Artest hit that 3 for the Lakers, you know what I mean? It's just when you start having other guys.
Everybody mattered.
Yeah,
everybody.
When you start
all
having
the way down to the nigga that set the fucking pick. Everybody fucking mattered.
When you start having guys exactly to play off of what Chef just said, when you start having guys down the roster like a Damian Lee that can be able to close the game out, that's when you start talking championship abilities right there. So I'm gonna say the Phoenix Suns. With the Nets, I'm also betting with my heart. I'm a big Kyrie fan. Kyrie Irving is my second favorite player after Carmelo Anthony, and I just really want him to rewrite, you know, his narrative himself. And I hope Kevin Durant got his back, and I hope Ben Simmons is acclimated properly, and you know they come together. So those are my 2 picks.
See you on that.
I mean, other than the Lakers, I hope my nigga John Moran get that shit.
We just lost to them, so it's fucked up. And Trav said it's too early.
And I would love to see that shit pan out well for KD and Kyrie.
Yeah,
I would love to see that shit pan out. So, like, those are, besides the Lakers, those are the other 2 teams I would like to see shit work out for. Straight up.
I feel you 100%.
Definitely for that.
So, because I brought it up, we still haven't gotten Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford, y'all. We still have not got that fight. It's been frustrating. One of our closest friends bought a ticket immediately off the first announcement, and the fight is not happening. Like, it hasn't been booked yet.
I ain't gonna hold you. You kind of upset because niggas is looking at Airbnbs, planning moves. Like,
I know. Hold on, Chef. Carry that. Y'all carry that. I'll be right back.
Yeah, we was about to make moves. We was about to link up and shit. That
shit killed niggas' vibe, man.
I don't know which one it is. I ain't gonna say which one, but we know which one. We know which one. You know what I mean?
Man, no, we don't. Don't do that.
I mean, they got here playing with niggas' hearts and shit. Like, we've been talking, waiting, and you out here just not signing shit for what? For what? This shit on the table, nigga. I mean, this shit all figured out. Now we know who doing it.
I see what you're trying to do. I peeped it.
We know who
Nah,
doing
we
it.
don't know.
We know who doing it.
Who doing it? That's trying to come at Crawford.
New York ain't never been scared. Let's be clear. Like,
who from New York?
I mean, New York ain't never been scared. You heard?
Who from New York?
You know what I'm saying? My nigga, you know his birthplace. You know what I'm saying? That nigga's a visitor out there. You know what I mean? My nigga Errol Spence is
this nigga with no Don Q, no Dave. He running around here with yellow feet.
Listen. The schedule's packed. We gotta roll with who we got. We gotta. We gotta go with who we got. He in the town, all right? He available.
What I miss? Catch me up.
Talking how New York don't run.
Chef said New York don't run, so we know who this song. I'm mad confused. Like, who's from New York?
This nigga is hell bent on claiming Errol Spence because he was born in Brentwood. His family lives in Brentwood.
First off, he's from the wood. You already know it's good. We're not even going there.
This nigga, man.
South side. All right.
I don't know if y'all have expressed it already, but I'm super disappointed that this fight has not been booked yet. I understood it back in the day with Manny Pacquiao and Floyd Mayweather because they were monumental fighters and they broke records and the pay-per-view records and what Manny Pacquiao...
The money had to be right.
What Manny Pacquiao did with Joshua Clottey at the Texas Arena and what Floyd continuously did with Oscar De La Hoya, Ricky Hatton, Shane Mosley, list goes on.
This was a lot of money.
Yeah, I mean, it was a lot of money and I understood it. You know
all the way
what I mean?
down to the Taro Boy. It's no way I'm not getting my cut. This is the biggest...
Yeah, it's the biggest fight.
Everybody needed a piece.
When it comes to this, to my understanding, Errol Spence has been the bigger fighter in terms of sales, pay-per-view, stadium tickets, and all of that.
What are we talking
Terrence
about?
Crawford has more so been a decorated fighter on ESPN, but I'm not discrediting his abilities. I'm not discrediting what he's done, but the company he works for, Top Rank, does have a deal with ESPN. So it would make sense why you, Lomachenko, even Devin Haney now, they added Devin Haney to their pound for pound ranks. I don't remember Devin Haney ever getting that opportunity to be on there until he signed a deal with Top Rank. Teofimo Lopez, y'all continuously get the looks. Gervonta Davis can't be on there. Ryan Garcia can't be on there. Danny Garcia. All the fighters, if you're from another company, separate from ESPN or Top Rank, you have to do some monumental shit to be added on the pound for pound list. That's not by mistake. Charlo just had that fight. Lil Charlo, he had that fight. Those back-to-back fights. I forgot the opponent's name. Fuck. He had those back-to-back fights with him for middleweight being undisputed. After he won that second one, he stopped him. The first one was close. The second one, he stopped him. You would think he would be, up there on the pound for pound. Not so much.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Not so much. So it's unfortunate how the game is being played. Everybody's jockeying for position at this point. But I hope we get the fight. We're looking at February 4th. Errol spoke out today and said, I know, I get it. Errol spoke out today about his frustrations with this situation and with this fight.
Talk, Errol. Because we clearly not scared.
He pretty much is saying, like, that side has been holding it up. He's going to say his piece. They're going to say his piece. None of us are in the negotiation room, so we don't know how it's going to go. But like we said about Draymond Green, sometimes you can base things off of history. It may be unfair, but Errol's history doesn't showcase that he holds up fights.
Yeah, that's a fact.
You know what I mean? His history. And I'm not saying that Terrence Crawford does, but the majority of the time when he was with Top Rank and Bob Arum, this didn't just start with Errol Spence. This happened with Danny Garcia. This happened with, like Sean Porter said, don't lowball me when he was negotiating his fight. So the fact that a decorated fighter like Sean Porter is saying, don't lowball me to you, it shows what Team Crawford is on and what Bob Arum is on. You know what I mean? Because the beef had a higher situation. The beef is really between Bob Arum and and Al Heyman. They're the big dogs in the situation.
These niggas get on my nerves.
You know what I mean? But now that Bob Arum is off the table, Terrence, people can say, oh, well, Terrence ain't with Bob Arum. You're right, but that's where he's been for the last, 10 years? I could be stretching that. That's where he's been. So all he knows in terms of negotiation is what Bob Arum pretty much taught him and how Bob Arum represented him. You know what I mean? So I'm pretty sure that plays a big part in how he conducts himself when it comes to negotiations and when it comes to certain situations.
No, that made a lot of sense.
So I'm pretty sure that plays a huge part in that regard. But man, all right, if we had to pick, because me and Wapo was studying, so it definitely changed. Shout out to Wapo Fresh, big bro. It definitely changed my perspective on the fight after doing an analysis with him and breaking it down. How do y'all see this fight going? Separate from fan shit, just like in the ring off their skill sets.
See it going 12. I think they come in the fight, but nobody's trying to hit the back.
I see it going 12 rounds too. If they do end early, it's gonna be Spence. I don't think Crawford can end Spence.
If it
he's gonna have to win by decision.
It's gonna be Spence. But
do you feel like it's gonna go? My fault. Go ahead, Trev.
I would hope he try to take it the decision way. I would hope he wouldn't try to make a statement and go for a knockout. Nah, then that's one. I think Crawford gonna lose. Then
I know.
like he got to use his IQ, his boxing IQ in this match, or it's not gonna work.
I hope the media gets to him. I hope niggas like me make him fight a different fight. I hope there's somebody out there like Earl, not Earl, but Terrence. We got to see this thing, man. We got to see them hands fly, man. We need a statement, man. We need a statement, man.
That's what he got on his side, though. The media mostly be on his side with that. So I don't think he's forced to have to make no statement. Everybody believes he's basically going to win the fight for the most part.
Damn.
That's it.
I'll say his the OG boxers definitely, even though they've been changing their tune lately, they definitely have been. He's always been their pick. The Roy Joneses, the Antonio Tarvers, a lot of those guys are picking.
Pardon me on that.
I knew.
I mean by the OGs. Yeah, the niggas that matter, they all been picking.
Yeah, they definitely been picking him.
Crawford, a couple of them switching up like Roy Jones and shit like that. But for the most part, I'll be seeing them most say Crawford.
Mm-hmm.
That's a fact. It's a big fight. We
I
hope we
that
get it.
Switch up starts eating at his head. Yeah, rent free.
It's a big fight. We hope we get it. We'll be there. We'll do our due diligence. Even if we're not in the building, we're definitely going to put something together to watch it, because we've been talking about this fight for years, and boxing, has been suffering for quite some time. You know what I mean? I can't lie. So we really need this fight, but it's enough.
Tell me that wasn't the shit. You crazy, man. Ain't no fun like that no while. Wrecking crew.
About cheese while you guys is broke. Fuck trying to buy clothes. Need to buy some hoe. Pussy. Nigga, the real is back. Nigga, we move out. This the shit that made the gangsters bring their tools out. You talking way too tough. You better cool out. And I don't care what your mans do. Fuck is you about? Fuck a gang, I'm a man, nigga, I stand tall. If I get caught with the grams, I'ma stand tall. And if you fuck with my fam, I'ma stand tall. I'ma stand tall, nigga, I'ma stand tall. These niggas all cornballs, they ain't got a resume.